Joined us now. This is a great story.
Yeah.
There's an emerging sport
Yes.
in Oregon high school athletics, and this is pretty cool.
And it's literally called an emerging sport by the OSAA. Back in 2023, the OSAA approved boys volleyball as an emerging sport, playing its first OSAA season in the spring of 2024. A year later, and there are now 70 schools with teams well past the 50-team threshold the OSAA needs to fully sanction the sport next fall. We caught up with Central Catholic squad as they and so many other teams across the state continue to forge a new trail.
What's that moment going to be like for you when the OSAA approves this?
I will probably cry and jump for joy all at the same time.
That certainly makes sense considering where the Central Catholic boys volleyball team started. The Rams launched their team in the spring of 2023 before the sport was recognized by the OSAA.
It was hard. It wasn't easy because, again, nobody really cared about volleyball. We weren't really on the radar. We were like a club, kind of on the side doing our thing. We started off using like reused uniforms. Like, we just had to get really scrappy and gritty with it.
They've also had to battle stigmas. For a lot of young men, they've only seen volleyball played by girls.
We have a lot of athletes that are multi-sport athletes, whether they're track athletes, basketball athletes, football athletes. I think it's funny because, you know, they start coming to open gyms and they come to me and they're like, "Coach, this is really humbling." And I'll say, "Why?" And they'll say, "Because volleyball is actually a lot harder than I thought."
But there's a reward, especially for the players, not just from Central, but from the other 69 schools participating around the state.
I'm just so proud of everyone who's like grown in the sport. Even like my rivals that I go against, it's just so nice to see everyone grow.
If you look at any boys volleyball account, we're reposting other people because we just want to promote the sport, and it's really that community of the sport that makes it so popular.
And that community is hoping that they'll be the first sport added by the OSAA since softball. That was back in 1979.
What does it mean to you to be a part of the first sport that's probably going to be approved by the OSAA in nearly 50 years?
All I know is that once we see that state championship banner at the top of our school for the first inaugural season, that's what I'm looking forward to.